All right, we are live. Welcome, DoorGrow hackers, to the DoorGrow Show. If you are a property management entrepreneur that wants to add doors, make a difference, increase revenue, help others, impact lives, and you are interested in growing your business and your life, and you are open to doing things a bit differently, then you are a DoorGrow hacker. DoorGrow hackers love the opportunities, daily variety, unique challenges, and freedom that property management brings. Many in real estate think you're crazy for doing it. You think they're crazy for not, because you realize that property management is the ultimate gateway to real estate deals, relationships, and residual income. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management businesses and their owners. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. I'm your host, property management growth expert, Jason Hull, the founder and CEO of DoorGrow. Now let's get into the show. All right, so today's episode, we're going to be chatting a little bit about fun, right? So I asked in my mastermind group today, we had a pretty good group turnout today, and I asked by show of hands, how many of you feel your business is crazy right now? You would categorize it as crazy, like overwhelming, maybe too much, whatever. And at least half the hands went up, which I can't say I'm surprised, but my goal is to get people out of crazy. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about today is what I chatted about with them is like eliminating crazy in the business. So one of the things to realize is that it doesn't matter how big the business is. It doesn't matter how small the business is. Your business can be crazy or it can be calm. And this really is just a choice. And so is it possible to have a calm business, even if it's really large? For your experience as a business owner to be calm in the business, and for your team to feel that sense of calm from you, and it to be a calm workplace? Yes, it is. So I had a business once upon a time, same business, but it used to feel a bit crazy. And I hung out with the CEO of Basecamp, Jason Fried. I won't go into how we got on a call, but basically we were in some sort of chat. I was watching some live stream and I made some comment, and he said he wanted to do a call with me. So we did a call together and I hung out with him. And this guy is I perceive as a high functioning CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. He's written books on remote teams. He's got a book called Remote Work and Virtual Teams and, software and like running companies and this sort of thing. So he hung out with me for probably about 90 minutes. And after that call, and he just showed me how he ran his business and how he basically ran a calm workplace and how it was quiet. And it shifted my perspective so dramatically. And the biggest perspective shift I had was eliminating interruptions and reducing interruptions. And so later, years later, he came out with a book kind of recently. And this book is, called It Doesn't Have to Be Crazy at Work. So for those watching the video, you can see this here. It doesn't have to be crazy at work. And it's got this on the cover. It's got crossed out 80-hour work weeks, packed schedule, super busy, endless meetings, overflowing inbox, unrealistic deadlines, can't sleep, Sunday afternoon emails, no time to think, stuck at the office, all-nighters, chat blowing up, right? So there's this this entrepreneurial sort of myth that it's the hustle and the grind and hard work and tenaciousness and tenacity and all this painful stuff that we go through as entrepreneurs is some sort of badge of honor. And really, it's usually actually a badge of failures is really what that is. It's showing that you are creating a stressful environment for your team and you're running a stressful workplace. And you probably, if you're honest, are addicted, like a lot of entrepreneurs, to the adrenaline and the stress. Our body gets accustomed to things and we crave and want more of whatever emotion we tend to feel a lot. So we get better and better at craving it and feeling it. And our brain actually wires differently over time to experience more of that chemical reaction of whatever emotion that we're experiencing, whether it's anger or fear or stress or whatever, right? So it doesn't have to be crazy work. It's this really great book he came out with later talking about some of the stuff that he taught me on that call. Now, I don't agree with everything in this book. The one thing I really don't agree with is eliminating meetings and what he talks about not having planning or something like that. I believe that having really good planning in business actually decreases communication that's necessary. It increases the calm, it increases clarity. So planning, I believe, is critical in a business, especially that's focused on high paced growth and has a lot of moving parts, and communication is really important. It actually significantly decreases your communication. If you have an annual planning meeting, a quarterly planning meeting, a monthly planning meeting, where you're breaking down these things into smaller and smaller bite-sized chunks, weekly planning meeting, maybe a 15-minute daily huddle. These are the things we talk about in DoorGrow OS. And if these things, the ultimate operating system for a business, especially for a property management business, if you have these meetings, you can run your entire company on really a small number of hours a year. That's all you have to do. Anything outside of that, you are really stepping into more of a tactical role, or you're being more like an employee in the business and doing work. But in a strategic position of leadership, if you have a really good executive team, that's all the time you would really need to be involved in. You may not even have to do that if you have really good executive team members to kind of run things for you and they have enough vision and clarity on the goals, right? They can move this business forward. A lot of times we have a lot of ego as entrepreneurs and we think it's all up to me. Everybody else isn't as smart as me, and my team members need me to tell them what to do and to guide them. And I'm so brilliant. And we don't really know because we don't really involve them in the planning and communication process. So I want to point out that business should be fun and it should be calm. And one of my mentors that I'm working with currently, that's a coach of mine, he talks about work being boring. He talks about how when you have a multi-million dollar business and your business is scaling, you then eventually get to a state where you have no longer have any major drama or major glaring problems. You're insulated from these things if you built your team and systems the right way. And now you're just doing the boring work, and you need to be willing to do the boring work. His wife, who really runs their company and is brilliant operator, um, also talks about how, if you're doing the boring work and the business gets boring, that's a good sign that you're doing things right. And then it's time to just maybe get a hobby. What most business owners do is they make the mistake and go start something new or create more drama, either in their personal life. Sometimes they're cheating on a spouse, or they're like starting a company, or they're burning their existing company to the ground. They create some more drama. And one of the things that we have to do is wean ourselves off the addictiveness of having to be so involved in everything and having to have so much connection to everything, and thinking that we're so important in the business, and to be willing to allow calm to happen. And it doesn't matter if you're just a small company with a small amount of doors and you have one assistant, your business could be calm, or you could have a really large team and tons of doors. Your business still could be calm if you have the support at the level that you need, you have the systems that you need, and you allow yourself to be protected from the things that create crazy. And you really are able to stay in your lane and in your area of genius and offload the rest. So I do recommend this book. It's a really good book. It doesn't have to be crazy at work. It just is kind of a manifesto for the future of business. Business is often connected to analogies of war and competition and fighting and, these really stressful, massively stressful situations. But calm companies are very efficient companies. They're companies in which people are able to get in the flow work state. They're able to things get really quiet. And my business is very calm now. It's very calm, especially for me. It's very calm. It's very quiet. We don't have a lot of communication that has to happen among our team. Most of our team members are in the flow of doing what they love to do each day. And there's little things that pop up here and there, but we tackle them maybe in our 15-minute morning huddle. Usually I just ask, where are you stuck? Those things all get dealt with then. And there might be a little bit of communication, in our messaging app that we use each day, but we don't have situations in general that are immediate, that are urgent. And we generally, one of the key ingredients is to create asynchronous communication systems in the business, which means people can write stuff out and think about it and post it for the rest of the team to look at later. We can send a voice message to a team member or multiple team members for them to listen to later. Unless something's immediate and urgent, we don't call the team member. We don't walk into their office. We're virtual, so we can't do that. But that's the idea, is you want to create systems in place that protect you and insulate you from immediate urgency that is unnecessary. And as a business owner, you really want to get to the place where you don't have immediacy and urgency ever bombarding you or attacking you or disrupting your day. You should be insulated from emergency maintenance requests, at 3 a.m. You should be insulated and protected from an angry or upset owner as the first round. Maybe you dealt with those things after somebody else, but your goal eventually is to be the owner of the business, not the property manager. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. Create calm workplaces. It doesn't have to be crazy at work. It can be calm. And, and the business really should be fun. So like I talked about in one of my previous episodes, the 4 reasons, right? You want to get more fulfillment, more freedom, more contribution, and more support in your business. You need to build a really good team. And so it's a lot easier to get to the place of having a calm workplace in a property management business once you're in that category where you can afford to have a team. And that's usually in the 200 to 400 door range. Usually at that stage, you'll see business owners, by then they have a team. If you do this correctly, this can be one of the calmest stages ever in your entire business. Most do not do this correctly. So usually I call this the second sand trap, because they've built their business the opposite way. They built the business around the wrong person because they are the wrong person, which means they're showing up doing the wrong things in the business. They are spending their time doing things that really are not their greatest strength or their greatest area of genius, or that give them the greatest peace and calm or the most fulfillment, freedom, and joy and contribution and support in their day-to-day. And so they're building the wrong team around the wrong role, the wrong person. So they're building a support system and mechanism around the wrong center sort of, nucleus of this business, which is yourself. And so they have a false perception of you that is overwhelmed and overworked and stressed and doing the wrong things. And then you're building a team to work with that person. And so you then have the wrong team, which just adds more stress and anxiety and challenge to you. And then you have the wrong business that's built around them. And so it all starts with you getting really strong clarity on yourself, which I'm really good at helping clients get clarity on and focus on themselves and figure out what really brings them the most joy or stresses them out. Which things are they doing that are tactical versus strategic? Which things are energetic plus signs versus minus signs? So if that is a challenge for you and you feel like your business is crazy, maybe you're getting enough doors. Maybe you're not. We can help you, but maybe you're getting enough doors. But maybe your business feels crazy and your team feels stressed and crazy and you feel stressed and crazy and you're not having fun. You're not enjoying your day-to-day. That's a strong clue that you're out of alignment with those 4 reasons. You're doing the wrong things, and you probably could use an objective perspective and get some support. If that is the case, we would be glad to help you over at DoorGrow. Reach out to us. You can check us out at doorgrow.com. And, if you feel like it's crazy at work, maybe you need to be honest and recognize there's part of you that enjoys that. There's part of us that tends to like the drama and the challenges that we deal with. But if the majority of you doesn't, you don't have to live with it. I've seen businesses dramatically change in a very short period of time. So even in a single quarter, we can have you in a very different role, very different position, way less stress, the right team members. We can reassess your team, or redeploy your team in different positions, or we can get you your first assistant or whatever. We can help you get into that state to where you are in a place of calm. And so just remember, it doesn't have to be crazy at work. So hopefully that's beneficial to everybody. I'm Jason Hall, and until next time, to our mutual growth. Bye, everyone.